And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, a Thursday edition of the Paul Farrington Show. Paul joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Andrew Keenan, Robert Ziggy Ziegler from California, and Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer in the game. Remember, please like, comment, subscribe to our channel, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Ziggy has control of the Twitter, so you never know what you're going to expect now. It could be really anything coming from him. We have a very fun show planned today. We'll be doing some top 10 quarterbacks. Andrew just finished his list, his master list, and he's hiding it. He doesn't want anyone to see because apparently there are some pretty big surprises as to who he has towards the bottom of his top. Actually,
Stetson Bennett is six. That's not a surprise.
It's not, only starters I did.
Only starters.
If Matthew Stafford retires, Stetson goes in the 10th slot.
So we all have our top 10 quarterbacks lined up. The draft, we'll have a Nickelodeon and Disney Channel show draft. A lot of experts in that category on this panel, at least. And I know Andrew would expect himself
there's a
to win this
100%
one.
chance I win this.
He's very
movies
confident.
Or shows?
Shows.
Oh, okay.
So
Disney movies or Disney
Jack
shows?
will be very well. We already did Disney movies,
right? Forgot about that.
So we have that draft coming up later, but we'll start today with the Caleb Williams sweepstakes.
He stinks. I'll come around and say he stinks.
One of the best prospects that we've had coming out in a long time. Every now and then you see one of these guys, like the NBA with Victor Wembanyama right now. The NFL had Andrew Luck and Trevor Lawrence a few years ago. Can't miss prospects.
Trevor Lawrence is not even close to the prospect Caleb Williams is. And you'll see on my list I'm high on Lawrence.
So
yeah, Andrew Luck, Pac-12 QB, did nothing, retired.
You have these prospects who come in every once in a while, and you need to have the number one pick. If you get him, they'll turn around your franchise. So we decided to rank the top 5 teams most likely to land Caleb next year. That doesn't necessarily mean the team that will automatically end with the number one pick, the team that will be the worst. We can see scenarios where teams trade up.
Paul can see scenarios.
Andrew thinks it's crazy that anyone who gets the number one pick will take him. We'll see. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Take him.
But we're going to go 5-1. And the first team, remember, this is a collective list here that we kind of threw together at the end. It's mostly me and Ziggy. So some of the picks I yielded to Ziggy. Some picks he yielded to me. But collectively on the show, the number 5 team most likely to end up with Caleb Williams, the Los Angeles Rams. Now, I don't like picking against great coaches. Sean McVay is a great coach. But when you look at this Rams team from where they were 2 years ago as Super Bowl contenders, one of the worst defenses in the league at the moment. You have Aaron Donald, and that's about it. Rough secondary, bad pass rush. You have a Matthew Stafford who's been injured coming back, Cooper Kupp injured coming back. There's just not a lot of talent on this team outside of the very, very top players. And I see a tough schedule there with the AFC North and the NFC East. Plus, you get San Francisco and Seattle twice. If they lose to the Cardinals somehow, it very well could end up being a top 3, maybe even number 1 pick for the Rams kind of a season. It's not a talented team. What do you guys think? Rams, number 5.
For the most part, this team is old and beat up, coming off a terrible season. I think they fit right into that 5-7 spot. I don't see the Rams the number 1 pick in the draft.
It would take a miserable year to clarify.
It certainly would, but I see in top 5-7 because, again, they could be 1-5 in this division. They could lose twice to San Fran, twice to Seattle, and if Arizona splits with them, that's detriment right there.
Yeah.
If Matthew Stafford is bad, which, I mean, he's old, he's coming off an injury, this is a 5-win team potential.
Now, you think a hero could come in if Matthew Stafford
I think there's
injured.
no world where the Rams are in the top 10 of the draft.
Top 10, really?
I think they're on the cusp of a playoff team. They have the best wide receiver in football, the best coach in football. They have Matthew Stafford and a great backup. So I am high on the Rams. I think there's no way they should be on this list. The Lions would fit better on this list with that old quarterback, that idiot of a coach, and those horrible draft picks. But you guys went with the Rams. I yield to you. I don't think whoever was in the 5 slot had any chance anyway.
Okay.
Jared Goff's an old quarterback, but Matthew Stafford isn't.
Matthew Stafford's a Super Bowl champion. Jared Goff is a Super Bowl bust.
All right, Ziggy, what do you think of the Rams at 5? Is that a fair position for the Rams?
If anything, I might be a little bit lower on the Rams, right? Clearly, the Rams don't think they're in a great spot to be good this year, right? Jalen Ramsey was a critical member of that defense, and now he's just gone for a bag of chips. Aaron Donald is getting old, sometimes injured. Definitely doesn't have that dog in him anymore. The offense,
really?
even when Matthew Stafford was in.
That's a lot for you to say because you're one of the biggest Aaron Donald fans I know.
You don't spend every offseason thinking about retiring unless you don't spend every offseason thinking about retiring unless you're actually thinking about retiring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's that guy anymore. The defensive line to get around him is weak. The offensive line is bad. They've got no run game. They have no receivers other than Cooper Kupp. And even when Matthew Stafford was in and playing last year, the offense just looked tired. I don't see this team doing well this year. I think they're trying to transition out of that Super Bowl era, and losing a lot of games makes sense. They finally have all their picks back.
Gotcha. All right, so there you go. The Rams at 5, number 4. Now, this is a team that I'll let Ziggy take on a little bit more because I don't see it happening. Everyone else here really was high on this.
This is the worst team in football.
Yeah, I don't think I know they're the worst.
I think they're the worst team in the league.
They wouldn't be in my top 5. But at 4, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Do I think that they're going to be bad enough to get the number 1 pick? No. They do have the NFC North and the AFC South on their schedule, plus their NFC South division. So I think that's weak. Desmond Ridder, I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFC even? No. But this team as a whole, very good rushing attack. The defense is not good, but got a little bit better this offseason. I see them as a probably like 6 to 11 team picking in the draft this year. But you guys think, and I'll let you take over this. I know you guys think they are the worst team in the NFL. So please go ahead, Ziggy. Why do you hate the Falcons this year and think that they are very much in contention for Caleb Williams?
Diamondbacks blew the save.
People make way.
They lost.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, you're good. People make way too much out of schedules, right? You look at the teams with the top picks last year: Carolina, Houston, and Arizona. Not exactly teams with juggernaut schedules. Look, Desmond Ridder, he's a high variance guy, but there's a decent chance that your 3rd round quarterback, who only showed a little bit last year, just isn't good. The defense is not strong. The offense hasn't come together yet, and I don't trust Arthur Smith to put it together. So when you're talking about a big question mark at quarterback, a guy who easily could be a bottom 5 quarterback in the league next year, I think there's a good chance that things implode on this team and they start going for Caleb Williams. Because let's be honest, right? If they don't think Desmond Ridder's the future, this team's got nothing.
Yep.
A running game's not going to get you a bunch of wins.
Well, I mean, I do like a couple of the pieces on offense with. Maybe I'm higher on Pitts than most, but I like Pitts. I think Bijan's very good. I know you guys don't.
I mean, that's really all you needed to say.
Drake
There's nothing
London.
else to say. Ziggy kind of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
I mean,
They stink.
This team's terrible. I think they're
Even with your guy, you like Ridder, I thought.
I liked them in college, in the
okay.
NFL.
Okay.
But I think the schedule will save
If you can't
them.
start over Marcus Mariota, you stink. That's and hook, line, and sinker right there. That's it.
Well, he'll be starting this year at least.
Well, he couldn't start over him last year, so he's terrible.
I think the schedule saves them from picking number 1, but I think they are terrible. I think the defense is Swiss cheese. Ritter's not an NFL quarterback to me. He never has been. I mean, the one good team he ever played in college, he scored 6 points. I just don't think he has it at this level.
Okay. No, that's fair. And we know Atlanta as well is of course going to be in the market for a quarterback unless Ridder explodes, because they were going after Lamar this year and they were very close to making something happen. So who knows how much faith they actually have in Ridder. Maybe that's more of just a backup option. And as well, they're also thinking about Tannehill from what I've seen. So who knows who's actually starting at the beginning of the season. I still expect Ridder. But let's move on to our number 3 team. Again, a very contentious team amongst the Paul Farrington Show cast here is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, you might look at the Buccaneers right on paper. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You see their defense, Antoine Winfield Jr. A lot of talent there. But when you look at really what happened last year, 18.4 points per game. That's 25th in the NFL with Tom Brady. What's their backup plan? Well, right now they have Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield. Is Baker Mayfield seems to have fallen off a cliff from where he was a couple of years ago when there was a lot of momentum building into his season with Cleveland. I think they went to the playoffs that year, right? Is that the year they beat Pittsburgh?
Yeah, they beat us on the road.
But Baker didn't have a great year. So the Buccaneers, while there is talent on this roster, really underperformed last year. And then no real backup plan at quarterback, or at least plan for the future. I can see this team, the way that happens, because I do think there's too much talent and too weak of a schedule for them not to win some games. The only way that they get the number 1 pick is if midway through the year they are just horrible and they essentially tank by pulling Baker, putting in Trask, and their excuses, well, let's see what we got here with this guy. And Trask, I'm pretty sure there's no signs that he's anything more than...
He was better in college than Anthony
he honestly
Richardson.
probably won't be an NFL quarterback that much longer.
Yeah, he was.
But if you throw Trask in, that's their chance to get the number 1 pick. I can see that happening, and that's why I'm okay with that being the 3rd pick.
The 3rd pick is high for me on this list, just because I think this is a team who can win 4 games in their division. I think you beat the Falcons twice. They can split with Carolina rookie quarterback, and they can split with the Saints.
You think they're good enough to? I don't think they beat Carolina or Atlanta twice.
Carolina's horrible.
Well, split with Carolina, beat the Falcons twice, and then split with the Saints. That's 4 wins right there in the division. They win at least 7 games.
I don't know. You got to remember, this team last year with Brady was...
This should be the Colts. That's it.
Bad.
Move on.
I don't...
Regardless, the 5 through 3 on this list have no chance of picking first anyway. These last 2 teams are way worse than all of them.
What, I know you had the Bucks at 2 on your list.
I put the Bucks like 8.
So they were 2 at your list. Why were they that high?
Well, there's a reason this team is the second lowest in the NFL in win totals. Here's why. They've got no depth on offense. They lost 2 key pieces on their offensive line. Rashad White is not that guy at running back. You look at defense, they only have 2 starting defensive backs. They're asking rookies to step in and play huge roles like starting tackle, starting defensive lineman. And that is not a recipe for success when you've got Todd Bowles as your head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't see this team doing much better than they did last year. They were an 8-win team last year, and they needed every single week to win that division. Everyone else is improving around them. I think it's going to be a bad year for this team.
Very fair, very fair. And you talk about the rushing attack not helping out Baker Mayfield next year. 76.9 rushing yards per game last year. That was the worst in the NFL. Now they lose Leonard Fournette, so it really only got worse.
I mean, Tom Brady wasn't good
Tampa
last
Bay.
year at all.
Yeah, but he wasn't the problem. That's the thing.
Are you telling me Tom Brady's going to do worse than, Tom Brady last year is better than Baker Mayfield this year?
They both stunk.
They could still win 6 or 7 games, the Bucks.
But is an implosion? I think that they're more likely than the Falcons.
I think who have next on this list first will win like 2 games.
The Bucks have 0% chance. The Falcons have 1% chance, and the Rams have -% chance.
At number 2,
this team probably has 60% chance.
At number 2, the Tennessee Titans. Again, I don't like picking against a good coach. I like Mike Vrabel a lot, but Ryan Tannehill, he's getting older. We're not even sure if he's going to be there right now.
Yeah, they're awful.
Derrick Henry, more wear and tear on that body. No receivers.
He won't be on the Titans by game 6.
Yeah, there's no receivers right now. We talked about that on the reel that we put out.
This sucks to say because the Titans are
we
showing us love.
We love
No,
the
the Titans are going to be so happy when they're terrible because they will go from 1-15 to the AFC Championship game the next year with Caleb Williams.
Mark it down right now. A weak offensive line.
3-14. Caleb
They have a
Williams.
great rush defense, but other than that, pretty poor defensively as well. So in Tennessee, last year you start off 7-3. A lot of excitement. Remember, AFC Championship game 2 seasons ago, or AFC Divisional round 2 years ago. On top of that, you were the 1 seed, but then they lost 7 in a row to finish the season. Tannehill got banged up. It's just not a pretty scene in Nashville right now. Are we okay with the Titans at 2?
Yeah.
I have nothing. Again, you heard. I have nothing more to say. They're not good.
Ziggy?
I mean, look, if you want to be optimistic about the Titans, it's 2 years in a row they've led the league in injuries. It's probably not going to happen a third time. Vrabel basically always has a winning season, and they started last year 7-3 and haven't changed that much. So there's plenty of reasons to be optimistic about this team. I'm just not sure that they really want to win.
Is Ryan Tannehill starting for Tennessee by week 4 of next year?
It all depends on whether a starting quarterback gets injured and someone's willing to pay. The Titans seem happy to sit on Tannehill until someone's willing to pay up. It seems like it's just a matter of time before he's gone.
Gotcha. All right.
When it'll be, who knows?
We have the Titans at 2, and 1, we would all agree on this one, this landslide, the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals might be at 1 even if they didn't have the Texans pick, because the Texans would be there right at the 1-2 mark as well. We know Kyler Murray's going to miss half of, if not more, of next season. He tore his ACL and meniscus, got that repaired in January. They're stuck with Colt McCoy, who is, guess how old Colt McCoy is right now, Jack?
53.
Yeah, I was 36.
37. Or rookie 5th round pick, Clayton Tune. Those are your options.
He's terrible.
Houston.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Those are your options in Arizona right now. And a first-year head coach.
Or they trade us one of those first-round picks midway through the year for Zach Wilson.
Well, that would be great for you guys. Buda Baker wants out as well. The defense is collapsing. It was one of the worst defenses in football last year. 26.4 points per game allowed. That was the second most in the NFL. The injured quarterback, rookie coach, heart and soul defense wants to leave, and a tough schedule. Nothing bodes well for Arizona this year. However, if nothing bodes well this year, as Andrew indicated before, could lead to great fortune for 2024 and 2025 and beyond.
I think this is a very sick, twisted way for Cliff Kingsbury to get his revenge on the Cardinals. He'll go to USC, ruin Caleb's career, and then the Cardinals will stink. Have the first pick, be like, wait, Caleb sucks. Like, what do we do? That's
That's when they take QB1 in the draft next year.
May
Drake
24th.
May.
Oh, QB1. If
he's
you like
gonna
Drake May number 1, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
He's gonna be horrendous
between you and Andrew
Well,
next year.
Caleb Williams is the best prospect in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're fine with Arizona at 1.
Arizona,
especially
yes,
they have
Arizona.
to.
There's
be
a
one.
world where I'm not even exaggerating. If you told me Jets Super Bowl or first pick, I don't know what I would do.
A Jets Super Bowl win.
Yes.
You would take that.
I don't
Super
know.
Bowl win.
You would always. Take
I think
Super
Caleb
Bowl.
Williams is a guaranteed
Caleb
5 Super Bowl wins.
Caleb Williams lights up Cal and Oregon State every week.
Dude, I think Caleb Williams is guaranteed 5 Super Bowl wins. That's
That's
20
insane.
years of the next Mahomes who can run like Lamar Jackson.
That's insanity.
Wow, it's going to be a lot of hyping this guy up over the next year.
I'm low.
So there you go. There's our list. You have the Rams at 5, Falcons at 4, Bucks at 3, Titans 2, Cardinals 1. One team that I just want to throw out there, a dark horse contender, the Green Bay Packers. And I'm just going to put that out there. And I know Packers fans are going to say, what are you talking about? Like, we have a solid team. You don't. Jordan Love, as we know with the contract, doesn't believe in himself. Packers have seen this guy for 3 years. They don't believe in him. Very obvious when they declined the 5th-year option. The defense is okay. They need their stars to step up. The offense was Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. Was that more a product of Aaron Rodgers being there, or are they actually talented receivers? We'll find out. I don't think Jordan Love really gives them a chance to do so. So we'll see. The Packers, you had a good run. But God, it would suck if they got Caleb Williams.
They're not getting the first pick.
I think they have the Jets pick too. Like there could be scenarios where
The Jets aren't picking first.
no, they're not picking first. But I'm saying like,
Can't trade up for number 1 for the best prospect ever.
look, Colts. Let's say the Colts
you.
have the first pick.
Then
send
Anthony
the house.
Richardson will be at Burger King next week.
You know who could very, very sneakily have the first pick? Your Minnesota Vikings.
Yo, yeah, I agree with that.
If Kirk gets hurt, we're done.
I mean, like if Kirk were, if
No,
he,
Kirk
if he
is
just,
terrible.
If he just stinks,
no. If he
Stop.
just plays like he normally
like your
plays.
defense
If
is
Justin
Swiss.
Jefferson goes down week 1, you're 0-17.
If Kirk,
defense is Swiss. What was one possession you won last year? Like 11.
11.
I mean,
Jack.
I'm just saying it.
What were you? Weren't you 12-0 or 11-0 in one-score games, right?
Until the
Yeah,
playoffs.
You lose all those, you're terrible.
Yeah, there's a world you could be 3-14.
13
Terrible
and 4,
defense.
13 and 4. We're not going to have the first.
But you
pick.
could have been
You lose
4-13.
yeah.
Now, Ziggy,
No,
I think
3-14.
3-14. Yeah.
I think you agree with me, Ziggy. Here, if Kirk goes down, the Vikings might be picking number 1 overall. If something happens to him, this team is screwed.
I don't think so, because I think there are legitimately better backups available on the market than some of the other quarterbacks teams are going to have to start. Like, give me whatever undrafted rookie we're going to take with Justin Jefferson over Colt McCoy and Cardinals receiver of the week, Rondale Moore.
We got Hall from BYU. We got your guy.
I like Jaron Hall.
Yeah.
Talking about Hopkins. Hopkins is still in the Cardinals.
Hopkins, no,
He's gonna get traded.
and they have,
He keeps asking for a trade, though. He's not sticking around.
Hollywood Browns there too. Like they have some solid weapons, but I'm not putting my faith in Colt McCoy or Clayton Tune. I just can't do that. Okay, so there you go. There's your top 5. Had to throw a little jab in there at the Packers too, because you don't get many chances to over the past my lifetime. All right, top 10 quarterbacks. We were gonna have Jack drink some coffee with mayo. That's gonna happen.
No,
soon.
no.
No. You'll have to leave.
You have to close your eyes.
leave.
No,
Close your
no,
eyes.
that's it. I'm
Because we're a Titans podcast now, and that's why we put them at 2, because we'd love to see them get Caleb Williams.
I think I have to do it at some point. 'Cause they commented on our stuff.
And you said it's delicious.
We're a Titans podcast.
Please stop.
It is
said it's
delicious.
Okay, top 10
You try
quarterbacks.
some, Andrew.
Zach, you gotta just keep us in check here. We're trying not to make this go on forever.
No.
because
It's going to be 2 minutes. We're just going 1 through 10.
Sure. Yeah.
You say agree or disagree. Next person.
I got about 20 minutes
Okay,
left.
all right. Why don't we start with Andrew? Because you're so excited for this.
All right.
Actually, no, we'll save you
Okay.
because you apparently have some huge surprise. So I'll go first. I have my top 10 list right here. We'll go 1 to 10.
I was going to go 10 to 1.
10.
went
Well,
10
we all know the ones.
No,
though,
we
right?
don't.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll go 10
What
to
do you
1.
mean we all know the 1?
We'll go 10 to 1. Fine.
Yeah,
fine.
I'm going to go 10 to 1. Let's
Fine.
go 10 to
We should know the 1. We should all know the 1. Okay, 10 to 1.
My one might be different than your one.
My 1 is definitely different than your 1.
Oh, God. Number 10, Dak Prescott. Number 9, Kirk Cousins. He belongs there. Just saying. 8, Trevor Lawrence. 7, Lamar Jackson. 6, Justin Herbert. 5, Jalen Hurts. 4, Rodgers. I'm talking just for next year, by the way.
Of course,
Just
yeah.
for next year. 3, Joe Burrow.
Fool.
2, Josh Allen. And 1, Patrick Mahomes.
All right, I disagree. Burrow with 3 is a joke. Next.
I don't know. I don't understand how you dislike Joe Burrow.
Burrow 3
so
is a
much.
joke. He's my 4.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Jack.
So I'm going to give honorable mention at number 11 is Lamar.
And before Jack goes, we're going to, put up a nice graphic where you could, interact.
Yeah, you can see this.
Yeah, you can see all this. 10 is Kenny Pickett. I think he's a breakout year for the kid.
Shocker.
9 is Tua. 8 is Dak. 7 is Aaron Rodgers. 6 is Trevor Lawrence. Justin Herbert at 5. Joe Burrow at 4. Josh Allen at 3. Jalen Hurts 2. Patrick Mahomes 1.
My list is so much different from all yours.
Okay, so I mean, yours is just going to be a carnival. I can't even imagine what that looks like right now. Jalen Hurts at 2.
His is better than yours.
Before we go on to
Jalen
Ziggy,
Hurts is great. Yeah, so good.
so you take him. You actually take him over Josh Allen for next year, and Burrow. And
Well,
all
I mean,
those-
Lamar at 11 is insanity.
I think he stinks.
Yeah, notice how Kenny Pickett at 10, Lamar Jackson
Pickett's
at
a better
11.
quarterback than
If you
Lamar.
could have one quarterback for next year, you're rolling with Kenny
And the
Pickett.
Diamondbacks.
Definitely.
won it.
Okay.
All right.
Ziggy, give me.
I had to speak. I had to speak in that damn group chat. I pulled a jack.
You did. No, you pulled the mic.
Let's go, Ziggy. Your top 10.
All right, number 10, Tua. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I just think he's not going to be able to see the field. 9, Rodgers. 8, Deshaun Watson. 7, Lamar Jackson.
What?
6, Jalen Hurts.
This is the worst list.
5, Justin Herbert. 4, Trevor Lawrence. 3, Josh Allen. 2, Joe Burrow. 1, Patrick Mahomes.
That's one of the worst lists I've
That's
ever heard
fine.
in
That is a fine list. Deshaun
Look,
Watson.
Rodgers, 9?
Jalen Hurts is going to regress.
I think I take Hurts
The
over
last year
Herbert.
has going to be one of his best.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you say one more time? Where did you have Watson and Hurts?
Watson's a trophy.
I
Watson's ahead
had
of
Watson at
Aaron
8 and
Rodgers.
that's
Hurts at
insanity.
6.
Why Watson at 8?
Because he's trying to get under my skin. That's why.
I really
Look at that
think
smile.
that
He knows.
Deshaun. Look,
Watson ahead of Rodgers?
people are forgetting that Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback the last time he played
And
a
a
full
central
season.
predator.
I think he is guilty of sin, but we are talking about his football performance here. The fact is, he's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He's going to
guilty of
return back
sin.
to close to elite.
He's
I said
guilty
guilty
of
ass sin.
Oh,
That's a fantastic
I thought you
quote.
said he's guilty of sin. And
That is also
Are you
true.
want to give you the correct list?
hold on. All right.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna.
I don't
Let's
mind
hear
that
it.
list. I think that's a fine list.
I think Hurts at 6 is low.
And now, if you're listening still, and you can tell us who you think is the best list, please comment your list
There will
in
be
the
a graphic.
section.
Comment your list.
Yeah, if you're watching right now, please comment your top 10 list in the comment section, and prepare now to listen to. I can't even like.
The worst
Greatest football
list.
mind.
There might be like a USFL player in here or something.
Number 10, Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Oh, me and you.
Number 9, Brock Purdy. Number 8, Justin Herbert. Number 7, who also is on no one's list, Geno Smith.
Okay.
Number 6, Jalen Hurts. Number 5, Lamar Jackson. Number 4, Trevor Lawrence. Number 3, Josh Allen. Number 2, Pat Mahomes. Number 1, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, so you have no Joe Burrow in your top 10.
No,
Can I see this real quick?
that's the.
Rodgers
can't be
is the obvious
true.
one.
Why
You
is
gotta
Rodgers
be-
not one?
you have to be joking.
Name the last 3 NFL MVPs.
What is it? Rodgers, Mahomes?
Yep. So why can't the guy who had 2 out of 3 MVPs be the best quarterback?
Because he's playing in a dark cloud franchise. He's going to stink.
So you had Lawrence, you had Lamar, you have Hurts.
That's a good
So
list.
it's really just Burrow's the one because we all kind of have a different 8, 9, 10.
Purdy's
we're all a little-
fantastic.
we're-
Do you watch him? Geno, 105 million. These guys are better than Burrow.
Where would Pickett be on your list?
29.
No, where's Burrow?
So we
25.
So we all had 1 through 8 pretty much the same except Andrew, and then 9 through 10 it's
Well,
a couple
Burrow-
backs. Purdy.
Burrow
I
is
think
a fraud. Ziggy showed you when his defense doesn't bail you out, he can't win.
an absurd list.
I think
without
Lamar at
Burrow.
5 is ridiculous. He stinks.
No, Lamar's great. I mean,
Never
you're
done
a
anything.
hater there.
He's never done
Besides,
anything
had
ever.
one of the greatest NFL seasons ever.
He's never done a thing.
Look,
Nothing
I
to show
think
for it.
you have to have Mahomes at 1, but I'm fine with Rodgers being in your top 2. Like I expect a big year from him.
I mean, yeah.
So you being a Jets fan, like
I didn't want Herbert. I didn't want him, but I had to put him on.
I mean, yeah. If you throw him off, Captain Kirk comes in.
Oh, no, Captain Kirk is 32. I'd probably put in Bryce Young.
Bryce,
Yeah, Herbert was like the dude. It's like, I'll throw him in there.
I don't understand. Kirk
I
is-
thought about Tua, but then I remembered he only played 2 games, so I couldn't.
if,
Kirk's
no,
like 12 for me.
Tua probably would have. He would have cracked my top 10 if I wasn't so worried about him getting hurt again.
And now he's fat.
No, or he's
jacked.
jacked.
No, he's
Tua's
big.
jacked.
He's
He's
nine.
a big boy now. Go look at a picture.
He looks like a
tweet
fullback.
Yeah, he looks fat.
We'll tweet out. Ziggy, can you tweet out that picture
was-
from our
what was
account?
Ben
I have not. I'll put it up.
was
Well,
fat.
Ben was 6.
But like Ben was like
6'6".
6'6". Yeah, I mean,
Well, no.
Tua became a bowling ball.
Ziggy, do you think Tua's big, like fat, or
He's
jacked?
fat. He's fat.
Oh no, I think he's jacked.
You think he's jacked?
I think all that judo's giving him lower body strength. He's ready to play. This is not Eddie Lacy
No, but it looks
2.0.
bad.
Can you imagine if Tua like waddled out there next year?
He's going to.
and was just huge.
He's like Eddie Lacy, and he's small.
Okay.
Well,
That-
he
but that-
needs cushioning. Tua needs cushioning
That was
for
a part of
those
the podcast
soft
that everyone comes
tissues.
here for.
Yeah, that's the part. All right, so what else do we have here? Real quick, we had a listener question come in saying who will be the most disappointing team in the NFL next year. If you know it off the top of your head, I think it'll be the Lions. Just gonna put it out there. Again, I guess a crusade against the Lions.
say the Giants.
They're gonna suck.
Vikings.
Okay.
Vikings is going.
Vikings is fine. Yeah. Ziggy, do you have most disappointing team?
Philly.
I'm saying the
Love
Giants.
that. I love that. This podcast is brought to you by Alan Farrington, not his company or any of his commercial interests, just him. He's a really swell guy, and I'm not just saying that because he's paying me to say it or because he's family. It also happens to be true. Thanks for everything you're doing, Alan. Keep up the good work. If you want to learn more about him, listeners, you can go to his Twitter feed at AlanF13 or his website at www.uncerto.com, which I've been informed is a joke of some kind. But sorry to say, I have no idea, and I don't get it. And that's actually true. I have no idea what it is.
Oh, there's some good shows on here.
Yeah. I'm sure it's funny, though, because he really is a funny guy. Alan Farrington.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
There you go. There's your sponsor. So go check out at AlanF13 on Twitter. Very funny guy. Okay.
I love Alan. He's a
The
cool guy.
I
Nickelodeon.
to be just to be clear, I do not endorse any content that's on uncerto.com. Indeed, you could probably put a negation in front of it. That's pretty close to what I believe.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens here with the fountain. Nick Disney draft. All right. For the Nickelodeon and Disney draft, we'll start with Jack. Why don't we go Jack, Ziggy, Andrew, Paul?
I'm going with that.
We're fine with that.
Oh, I wanted the one because one is obvious.
That's fine. Okay.
This is not even on my draft board. I know.
You have to remember, there are a lot, like this is kind of similar to the Disney Pixar draft in some ways in that a lot of people are very specific with, they love Disney. I know
I love
Jack's a
both.
huge
I'm a
Disney.
huge Disney
I'm
fan.
more Nick. I like Disney as well, but some people
What
are
is Zach?
very Zach.
So this is Disney or / Nick, like either one.
Zach's probably like Cartoon Network or something like that.
Cartoon Network was my.
Yeah, Zach,
He
you were
was.
Disney.
He was. We had to. Yeah.
that was
Cartoon
a
Network is
great cartoon.
trash.
Well,
Zach's
Besides the
definitely-
codename
you
Kids
weren't a
Next
Disney,
Door,
you weren't
everything
a
else is
Disney guy,
terrible.
were you?
I was
Zach
a
was.
Disney guy.
You were a Disney guy.
Yeah.
Wait, Jack's gonna pass on Jordan again. I know. Okay, he's
No,
gonna pass Jordan
I'm
again.
taking Jordan.
Are you kidding me?
You know what I'm
he's gonna
taking.
get. All right. Why don't we start off? Go ahead. The Nickelodeon and Disney draft. The 1-1, Jack.
You get the limo out front. Ooh, wow.
Horrendous.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's
Hannah
horrible.
Montana.
That actually is worse than the apple strawberry.
Hannah
disaster.
Montana. Hannah
Horrendous.
Montana. Hannah Montana.
I mean, if this
Okay.
falls to 3,
There's no.
I wasn't
it can't.
expecting it to be at 3.
It can't. All
That's
right.
the best show ever, by the way.
It's a horrible pick.
Ever.
Good show. Horrible pick. All right.
I'm at 2.
Here goes Jordan.
I took Jordan.
You know, I actually don't know what the Jordan
That's
is
insane.
here.
If
But,
he doesn't know,
Me and you both. We both know.
I
Right?
think I know.
I gotta go with
Josh.
one of the classics. Give me Drake and Josh.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
That's not the Jordan. That's not Drake and Josh.
That's a classic. That's a good one.
Josh.
It's not a Hannah Montana
I
one.
cannot believe that this fell to you.
I don't know if this is what it is, but I mean, I referenced it last week, and I will be taking again SpongeBob
Yeah,
SquarePants.
yes, that's it. That's
Maybe
the
the
pick.
greatest show ever. Still, when it comes on, I laugh. You see clips all over. It's
That's the
fantastic.
most overrated show of all time.
You are insane.
I'm with Jack on this.
I
show's
cannot
terrible.
believe that SpongeBob is it's the number one.
That's
It's
a terrible-
1.1.
That's a terrible show.
All right,
SpongeBob's mid.
It's
Straight up.
SpongeBob somehow falling there. Unbelievable. Okay, I am going to go with the first pick here. I'm not a huge fan of this show, but I know people love it. I'm going to take Phineas and Ferb.
That's the worst pick ever.
That's a bad.
That's
pick.
not even a top 10 Disney show. of
People
all.
love Phineas and
That-
Ferb.
I liked it, but there's
That you could've-
still
that's-
a LeBron James,
That's the third
Wilt
rounder.
Chamberlain out there.
That's
and
the third
he's,
round.
I can't believe he's still there.
That's a third rounder. Phineas and Ferb.
And then
Maybe.
this show's amazing. I'm going to take it because I know that people are going to be like, oh, you should take like iCarly or Sweet Life.
Oh, so I still have Joe. Oh my God, my draft.
I am going to take Avatar: The Last Airbender.
All right, get him.
Yeah, I
he's
think you
done.
lost. And you just lost the draft.
All right, Andrew.
And Andrew Keenan is running to the podium with Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Put it on there.
Yeah, that's
I might have my 1 and 2 at 3 and 6.
Dude, there's a big Phineas and Ferb crowd. I'm telling you, a big crowd.
I've never met them.
Okay, Ziggy, you back in the second round?
Can I take Star Wars: The Clone Wars? Is that eligible?
No, that's Cartoon Network.
Ah, shoot. I just knew because it was on Disney Plus.
He was going for the Zach.
Yeah.
The Zach play. Very
Stone
smart.
Wars to Clone Wars.
Great show.
Look,
Ziggy.
I mean, that
Great
show's a
show.
banger. But, give me Kim Possible.
Oh my god. Oh my.
That's a banger.
God.
That's a banger.
This might be the easiest draft I've ever had.
I think I'm going to win this.
Look, I haven't seen a single one of these shows, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
Kim
Kim
Possible.
Possible with the naked mole rat.
Oh god.
Everyone loved that mole rat.
I get back to back now.
Oh yeah, I know what you're taking.
I'm going to take the two most attractive Disney girls we've ever seen.
Oh god.
Which is Waverly Place and Victorious.
Oh, I don't
Disney
like
slash
the
Nick. Sorry,
Victorious
Disney
pick.
slash Nick.
Wizards was a good pick. That was what I was going to get next.
Wizards, Wizards is awesome.
Wizards.
Victorious
I knew,
is an atrocious
Yeah,
pick.
that's horrible.
Victoria Justice, though. Come on.
I knew you were taking.
It's not most attractive actors or actresses.
I knew you were going to take
So-
Wizards.
That's to some people it could be.
I think Wizards is okay, but I like Selena Gomez, but the show itself, it's like, yeah, it's okay. It's an okay show.
I mean, I'm about to get an
I
all-time
mean, better than
pick.
Phineas and
Oh wait,
Ferb.
hold on. Ziggy's about to take like Danny Phantom.
That's actually
I
not that bad of a
legitimately-
show.
Go ahead, Ziggy. Ziggy
Shoot,
he might be out. He might
I'm
have
trying to think of a show from after 2000, and I don't think I can. So give me Doug.
I don't even know what that is.
What?
Y'all have never seen Doug?
That's the thing,
That
but
has to be the worst.
D-U-G or D-O-U-G?
No, it's D-O-U-G. It's a show.
Doug's a
it's
great
stupid
show.
cartoon.
Do you have any idea
It's
what
a
that
great
is?
show.
No, it's
This is the last place list right here.
No. Paul says.
no.
Paul's is close,
Drake
but
and Josh is amazing.
So, I'm picking a show that I can't remember if it was like senior year of high school or when we got to college. It came back for one episode, and everyone was making sure their eyes were glued to that television. Zoe 101.
I like Zoe 101 a lot.
I mean, my list is
that's a great show.
I have an all-star team.
I
don't
actually
sleep on me. Don't sleep on
I
me.
am I feel really good about taking iCarly here. I like my list a lot. I think that I could have a sneaky winner.
Phineas and Ferb first round ruined you.
No, Avatar is the worst.
No,
movie I've
have
tried.
you, have you watched Avatar?
Yeah, I watched a few episodes. It's
Oh
horrible.
my god, Avatar is amazing. People are gonna,
You took Phineas and Wizards available.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
yeah.
atrocious.
I don't think I
he
don't
took
think
Phineas when Sweet Life was available.
like Sweet
Yeah,
Life
that's
you could talk
insane.
me into it. Sweet Life you could talk me into it, but people love Phineas and Ferb. You don't realize how big that show is. And Avatar, like I'm telling you, sneaky list. You'll win the draft, Andrew.
Oh, by a mile.
But-
I think this is the most obvious, and Zach can confirm.
I don't know. I don't
It's-
know.
It's me 1 by a mile,
think
then
he-
it's Jack 2 way below me, and then it's you 3
I
way below
think I
him,
could
and then
win.
it's Ziggy.
I'm on the
even
4.
drafted.
I'm on the 4.
I think Zach could like my list.
Kim
Ziggy with
Possible and Doug.
is hysterical.
He's like he's in rock bottom. Drake and Josh.
By the way, I told you there was a 1,000% chance I win this draft.
I don't know.
SpongeBob at 3 is
People-
literally Michael
No,
Jordan
SpongeBob
at
at
3
3
with
is
Chapstick.
People like Hannah Montana.
I love Drake and Josh. Like you can talk me into Drake and Josh, but SpongeBob had to have been one. I think.
Oh, Drake and Josh is great, but SpongeBob
Drake and
is
Josh
on
is
a
my
different,
two
it's
easily.
a different
And I think
stratosphere.
I might even like Drake and Josh a little more. Episode no SpongeBob.
Oh,
Let's hear the results. Let's hear the results.
Zach loves Zoe 101.
Zoe 101 is fantastic,
Zach,
dude.
yeah, you won that draft. Yeah, yeah.
Zoe
That was
101 is
Nick at
great.
Night. That's when we were like 10 years old. You
No,
stay up
it's
to
a
watch
very-
it at 10 p.m.
That's a very
It's
good show. I
phenomenal.
think Victorious is better, but it's a great show.
Jamie Lynn Spears in her prime.
Yep.
I mean, if you're drafting for actresses,
I know.
she
I'm
might be one.
confident that
I know.
I'm confident that I'll beat you on most. I think most people would take me over
Yours
you.
is terrible.
No, yours is terrible.
Yours is
You guys have no
I have
idea.
Hannah on Wizards in the same draft. That's a Disney Channel classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go to the well. Look, all I know is that when we were younger and I would walk over to Zach's, Doug was on every single day.
I need to Google. Hold
no,
on.
Ziggy's gonna win- Ziggy's
Before
gonna
we
win
do
with
the
that.
drum roll, so I could be paying attention for my win, I have to just Google what this is.
Doug, you'll recognize him.
I
It's a
promise you,
cartoon.
I don't
You'll know.
I thought it was a dog. I do not recognize it.
Why would it be a dog? It's Doug
Have you
Funny.
ever seen that?
No, I've never seen
You've
that
never
in my
seen.
life.
Wait, who went undrafted? Who I thought?
That could have been a 6th-round pick.
I think
Nobody picked Camp Laszlo.
What the hell is
That's
Camp
on Cartoon
Laz?
Oh, that's Cartoon Network.
There's
Camp Laszlo
You're
is
never,
good.
you're a Cartoon Network guy.
a couple of the ones
I
that
am a
I was
Cartoon Network
I
guy.
thought might get taken are like Fairly Odd Parents, maybe.
That's fire. That's better than Doug, Kim Possible, Avatar, Victorious.
I thought someone might go way back with Lizzie McGuire. I know that was a big.
What about
big
Phil
one.
of the Future?
I like Ned's Declassified. That was a fun show.
Future.
All right, go. Let's
so
give
Raven.
the drum roll here. The winner.
The winner is Andrew.
Thank you.
We'll have to see what.
I will say, and I'm sorry to say this, but I do like Paul second. I'm not gonna lie.
Avatar's amazing.
That's crazy.
I love Avatar. I'm a big Avatar fan.
Yeah, Zach's an Avatar
I did
fan.
like Phineas and Ferb.
You were okay with my draft. Like, I think I came in second here.
What was your last one?
iCarly.
No
Yeah.
way you beat me. There's no way you beat me.
iCarly's the most overrated show in the hit ever.
Yeah, there's no way you beat me.
I like Hannah. I like Hannah Wizards. Where
Wizards was a monster in the second.
Your Wizards behind
So
Phineas
good.
and Ferb.
Ziggy's just in a
Wizards.
different
Wizards
planet.
was the
I don't-
pick with Kim Possible.
No, Wizards should have been.
I don't know.
I thought I was going to get Wizards in the first round. I thought it'd go SpongeBob, Sweet Life, Wizards.
So you like
Sweet-
Wizards
Sweet
over
Life is
Hannah
great.
Montana?
Oh, Hannah Montana's not that good. It's just you just like Miley Cyrus.
Sweet Life on Deck, not very good.
It's a stupid.
You know, it's actually the
Yeah,
opposite.
it is.
No, do you like Sweet Life on Deck?
I like both.
I thought Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was much
When
better.
they're in the hotel running around.
Oh,
it's
that's way better than
fantastic.
On Deck, I think. I think
liked
On Deck.
I liked On Deck.
I like On Deck, but Zach and Cody was better.
Yeah, no. Great. Oh, great show. Great show. But all right, there you go.
Doug.
Ziggy's draft was.
Look, I'm
amazing.
trying my best.
Followed by Kim Possible.
You started off like with Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh is fine.
I thought it was okay over SpongeBob.
That's a first rounder.
But like Kim Possible, I did not see coming at all.
Yeah, that was left
Look,
field.
I was
That was
naming the
great.
shows whose names I knew, and those might have been the only three I knew going.
I'm
into
gonna go
this.
onto YouTube when I get home and type in. I just want like a Doug 1 minute. I
What if
have
you-
no
you'll
idea
probably
what
stop
it is.
watching.
What if it's great?
Yeah,
There's no. I saw what they looked like. There's no way it's
Was
great.
Danny Phantom Cartoon Network?
that was Nickelodeon.
No, that's a good show.
Ziggy doesn't strike me as a Disney and Nick like show guy though.
He's a Cartoon Network guy.
Scooby.
That
You're
was-
watching documentaries.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, basically.
All right, there you go. Thanks again for listening to the Paul Farrington Show. We'll be back next week. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you have your own top Nickelodeon or Disney shows, please throw them in the comment section. Let us know who won the draft, and we'll be back next week. Again, thanks for listening. See ya.